Okay, welcome. We're going to get started. My name is Robin Susan. I'm a Young Living Silver working on gold. And hopefully I got the right thing started here. Do I have the right thing? Yep, it's in progress. Okay, looks like I'm doing it right. Okay, so today we're going to talk about toxins, detoxing your home. Your bodies, your home, your everything that's exposed to. There's a lot of things we use every day and we don't always think about it. Like I said, I'm a Young Living Silver working on gold. I've been using the Young Living products for, I don't know, several years, and I've slowly more and more taken up more of my products are Young Living, are essential oils. They're not, or making my own things. So I've changed over things in my house. I've looked at what's on the labels. I've become a label reader and looking at things and things that I don't want in my body. And I've kind of been like that somewhat all my life, but I guess I've made more of a focus on that. So we're going to start with let's see, I am recording this. So if anybody wants to watch this later, we should be recording. So let's see, I'm going to switch screens here. So share screen. So you're going to see, hopefully you'll see me a little bit of me in there. Okay, let's see. I have to go like this. Hold on. Get this over here. And then share screen. Okay, so hopefully you can see a little bit of me here. Okay, so we're talking about detoxing the body, detoxing your home. One of the largest organs in our body or the largest organ is your skin. And we put a lot of stuff on our skin and it absorbs it right in. And that's something that people don't always think about. Sometimes they think more about what they're putting in their food, what they're putting in their mouth, than what's going in your organs. At least if it's going into your mouth, your body has a chance to digest it, and then they can process it and eliminate it. With your skin, it goes pretty much right into your bloodstream. So then the next one we're going to go over some of the things that are known things that we shouldn't have, known toxins that are in a lot of products that we're trying to avoid, and sometimes they're in there and sometimes they're hidden. This one is called triclosan. It's in almost every antibacterial soap and hand sanitizer. It's something that affects male and female hormones, which can affect your thyroid processes and also can contribute to MRSA if people are overusing this kind of product. Now, the FDA, I just saw this, or just read about this, it's not even 2 months ago. The FDA has made a ruling on triclosan, and that they now do consider it as a not GRAS, not generally regarded as safe product. So they are actually starting to have it phased out by, the manufacturers are getting time to take it out of their product, but it's still going to be in some of the acne treatment things. I mean, they're focusing on the antibacterial soap. So it's still in Colgate Total toothpaste. It's still in some antibacterial dish soaps, and I don't think those are going to be addressed right away. And we're just going to we're not going to go over all the toxins there are. We're going over some of the main ones tonight. The next one is parabens. Parabens are used in a lot of skincare products, lotions, creams, deodorants. It's used as a preservative and a germicide. It's actually been banned in Japan and Sweden because it's actually been found in breast cancer tumors. So that's another thing we want to avoid. The next is phthalates, which is found in some of our cleaners, lotions, sprays, deodorants. It's known to be a carcinogenic substance, especially for lung, liver, and kidney cancer, linked to lower sperm count. It's already been banned in Europe. So some of these things are slowly coming over and we're getting on board, but a lot of other countries have banned things, you know, well before we have. So that's another product that we're wanting to avoid. I got some, let's see. I was going to go just say hi to people. I see we got a couple of people on here. I started right at 7, you guys. And this will be taped. Another one we're doing a process of sharing screens and back and forth here. Next one is phthalates. We just did that. Fragrances, which is, you think fragrances would be okay, but that's just like a thing they can hide things on. It's all perfume type substances, but most of them are synthetic. They may contain phthalates and neurotoxins and synthetic substances. So sometimes this is going to be one of the worst things. And you can see here, loss of muscle control, brain damage, headache, memory loss, speech, hearing, and vision problems. And now even if they put essential oil on there, you have to know where that essential oil is coming from, because some of them are like 5% essential oil, the rest is filler, which can be a bad thing in there too. So you got to be careful with the fragrance thing. Sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS, which is found in shampoos. It's found in a lot of cheap shampoos. And sodium lauryl sulfate, laureth sulfate is another one. This is actually, it's a degreaser. It's used to degrease engines and floors. It's been banned in Europe and Canada for a while. It's found in a lot of shampoos, soaps, conditioners, cleansers, and toothpastes. It's been known to cause hair loss and cataracts, rashes, and it affects multi-organs. Well, anything we're going to put in our body is going to affect our organs. So here's 9 reasons to avoid sodium lauryl sulfate. It's corrosive. It's known to produce eye damage. It's a pollutant. It's nitrosamines in the presence of it can be carcinogenic. Pesticides. It's toxic to plants and insects. It's a penetration enhancer, so it breaks down your skin's natural protective barriers, so the chemicals can go deeper into the body. It's an irritant, so it can cause different dermatitis things. It's known for causing ulcers in your mouth, and it's also mutagenic, which can cause DNA mutations. Polypropylene glycol is another one that a lot of people are familiar with. It's found in cleaners, shampoos, lotions, deodorants, and toothpaste. And it's been linked to kidney damage and liver disease, dermatitis. So another one to watch out for. And then alcohol. A lot of mouthwash have a really high % of alcohol in them, more so than a lot of alcoholic beverages. And that's been linked to mouth, tongue, and throat cancer. Okay, and here's a couple other ones. Go over briefly. DEA is dianthanolamine, which is actually a wetting agent, which is found in 600 different home and care products. It's suspected of contributing to cancer. Non-L-phenols, which is used in cleaners, and it's known to disrupt hormone balance. Petrolatum, which is, like, example would be petroleum jelly. It's found in lotions, lips. It's known to be an endocrine disruptor and a known carcinogen. I remember my grandma putting this on her face a lot, like just straight petroleum jelly. And she did die of cancer in her later 50s. So it's one of those things she used for a lot of things, and now I know that wasn't a good thing. And then a lot of metals: lead, aluminum, arsenic, mercury, nickel, iron. Aluminum, we know about that for antiperspirants. That's really, not good for, it's known for Alzheimer's. And then some of these other things like the lead, and I mean, those are known to be in some of our cosmetics, especially like red lipstick. That's how they get the color. So Okay, so the other thing is not all, they're not always required to list all the ingredients. Sometimes they're hidden under something else. And I thought this was super interesting. Back in 1976, the Toxic Substance Control Act, or CTSCA, grandfathered in an estimated 65,000 to 100,000 chemicals that are still currently on the market today. Examples of that would probably be Johnson's & Johnson's, like baby shampoo things. They just said they're okay, we're going to start from here. That was back in 1976. And so all those things were grandfathered in. Another one probably is Windex, because that's been around forever. So they didn't make them change it. They kind of got grandfathered in. Okay, I am going to switch before we jump in, just so we do the share screen. Let's see. Stop share. So you guys can see me a little bit. What we have? Okay, we have Pam and Sandy. I'm Pam and Sandy. You guys are just listening right now. And if you guys want to make comments, you can unmute yourself and make comments as I'm going through here with some of this stuff, because you probably have some good feedback. Hello? Are you muted? You're probably muted, Sandy.
There I go. Hi.
Hi. Do you want to add any other toxic chemicals to the mix?
Gosh, you covered a lot, because you covered the fragrance. Hi, Pam.
I don't think I said talc, and that was that, unless it was on one of that list. But there's other things that are in there that, you know, like when talking about the makeup, you know, chemical-free makeup. I know there's a couple of other things. So how about you, Pam? Anything else you want to add?
No, I think you did a good job.
Okay. Okay.
Covering everything. I was wondering how long they have to get that one product out of, like, the Purell.
It's according to what I saw two different things, because some of my slides kind of are a little older, so I had something else written on it. But I saw today that it was December like 20th, and they had like a year to phase it out. So, but I think Minnesota, we already decided to do that. You know, we already.
I thought we did too.
You were ahead of the game, but this was FDA, so it's like the whole federal for the whole, you know, United States. So I think we already had our old thing where we were phasing it out. I'm going to say that was about a year ago. So we may not have that in Minnesota so much, but now it's other parts of the country. So, I'm going to go back to my sharing thing, my sharing the screen, because that's, and then I was going to show you some products to it, another point. So, okay, share screen. Let me get this right. Okay, so not all green products are equal. If we just say green or natural or eco-friendly, that doesn't really necessarily mean anything. If you look closer at the ingredients, and there's still fragrance and other things, even some of the brand names that we think would be good, you got to be careful with looking at that, because it's not always what you think. So we live in a very chemical world. And that's been, well, especially the last, 50 years or so, 50 to 100 years. So what can we do? What can we do? Easy tips to reduce exposure to toxic chemicals. We can do super simple things that are very easy and organic. You can use a damp rag when dusting. You don't have to use a spray. Actually, water is a great cleanser for a lot of things. You can just use straight water. You can open the windows. You know, Pam, you said that you did that the other day. That's a great thing. Let them, you know, like, or air things out. I did that when I came back from my Mexico trip. That I had a new shirt I hadn't worn, but it was in my suitcase. Kind of got wrinkly a little bit, and I thought I just wanted to air it out. So I left it outside in the cold, freezing thing for like 5 hours, and it felt great. Actually, I did that with my suitcase. We can wash our produce. You know, we can do thieves cleaner. We can use some other cleaners like that are more natural. And then we can also use plant-based cleaners, which, you know, Young Living has many options of that. We can also make our own with some of that. You can make your own using essential oils, and here's some suggestions of some essential oils that are great for cleaning. I mean, this list is not complete, but these are blends: Citrus Fresh, Purification, Thieves, and then we also have cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, thyme, spruce, lemon. Lemon's a great one. Lemongrass, grapefruit. Actually, any of the citruses can, perk things up like that. So those are some other suggestions. And then one of the things that we've used that have, from Young Living is the Thieves Cleaner, which is 100% plant-based. It's non-toxic. It does really well for, helping clean things how we want things clean. It smells great. It has a blend of 5 different essential oils in it. And you can do different dilutions to do different things. So, and was that a couple years ago, my daughter had called, and she, her oldest got, which she was probably 3 at the time, 2 or 3. Anyways, he got that bottle opened, and some was spilled on the table. She didn't know if he had ingested any of it, and she was really panicky. She's like, "Mom, what do we do? What do we do?" Now, if it was some other typical cleaner that we would have had locked under the kitchen sink, I would have said, take him to poison control, to get stomach pumped. But it was Thieves Cleaner. So I said, drink some water, maybe eat something with a little bit of, fat to it, avocado or some oil or something like that. That would help move it through too, because cinnamon's in there. Cinnamon's a little hot. And she did that, and he was totally fine. We don't really know how much he got, but anyways, I just feel good about having that with little kids around. So like we said, Thieves, you can do all sorts of thieves just with Thieves Cleaner. We have here's the dilutions for things. You can use it in your dishwasher. You can wash your floors. You can do it for cleaning your mirrors. You can do heavy degreasing if you have oily things. You can make your own foaming hand soap. You can use it in carpet cleaning things, washing your walls. So it's just the different dilutions that you use with it. You can clean your oven with it. So Young Living has a whole line of these products. These are just a couple, and I'm going to stop sharing screen for a second here so I can just show you. Okay, where's my little here? I don't see me in here, but here's some ID. Hopefully this will work. Thieves Cleaner. You can get the big one, which is what I've done now, finally, after going through so many of the small ones. Thieves Laundry Detergent, which love this stuff. Anything that Young Living has, it's really good quality, but it's also very efficient, so you don't use very much of this stuff at all. And what I like to do actually, when I do my laundry, is I have a small bottle of this with a spray on it, and I use that as a spot treatment. And I maybe scrub out with a toothbrush, and then I just throw it in the laundry, and it comes out. The Thieves dish soap, which it's great. You don't need much of that. I do like to take the aerator or whatever, the water, to get it a little foamy or sudsy, because I'm used to that. Although we don't necessarily need that, but I like that, so I do spend 20 seconds doing that. Then of course we have the Thieves foaming hand soap, which is great. Thieves hand purifier. Now, when I was at the library, I would see kids, sometimes we'd have to put it out because there was flus going around, and they'd have the antibacterial soap right on the desk, and we were encouraging people to use it. And kids would do that and want to lick it off their hands, and I didn't. But now if kids were going to take this and lick it off their hands, I'm like, fine, no problem. It smells good. So also a little Thieves spray for just being in the bathrooms, being on an airplane where I just was. Great product. And then the Thieves fruit and veggie wash. So if I'm going to have an apple that I want to clean, I just spray my apple, leave it on there for 30 seconds to a minute, and rinse it off. If I'm going to do, so usually I'm using this. I have one of the a little bigger container with these fruit and veggie spray, and if I'm going to do like a whole thing of grapes or something, I'll just soak it in water with that in for a little while, and it comes, then just rinse it off. So that works great. And let's see, those are all thieves things, so that's a good for now. Okay, so we'll go back to our screen share again. Okay, so what if you don't have thieves cleaner? What if you're brand new and you don't have it? Here's some other essential oil recipes too. And if anybody wants me to send this to them, I could, they can mention it in the chat and I'll send it to you. But these are things that are all like basically water, essential oils, or not even, some of them maybe don't even have essential oils. But good things to use would be vinegar, borax, distilled water, baking soda, liquid Castile soap, and essential oils. You can do a lot of cleaning with just those things, and those are all things that are not toxic to us. And then when we're using essential oils, like here's a bottle of lemon, that's a 15 ml bottle, that's 250 drops of essential oil in there. That's a lot of oil that you can, make a lot of different DIY products with. And lemon is one of those ones that was great for getting tacky stuff off, like labels or sticky stuff like that, or things on your stove that are just kind of greasy, don't want to come off. Put a little lemon on there, and it's going to wash right off after a couple minutes. Okay, so we were talking before about our skin and how much, that was one of the first slides. How much we're putting in skins, and that I'm going to just read the quote. The harmful chemicals that you apply to your skin are much more toxic and pose greater cancer and other risks than if you eat them. And I think I always want to read this twice because it took me a while for that to sink in. So the harmful chemicals that you apply to your skin are much more toxic and pose greater cancer and other risks than if you eat them. And a lot of times we care more about what's going in our body. Well, some people don't even care that much about that. But if we're taking things internally in our mouth and going through our whole digestive tract, our body has a chance to break it down, to eliminate it, to process it and eliminate it in multiple ways. Or if we're putting it right on our skin, it's getting absorbed into our skin quickly and going right into our bloodstream. And it can get eliminated there, but it's harder because it gets into our bloodstream so quickly. So it takes 26 seconds is all it takes for the chemicals in your personal care products to enter your bloodstream. So do you know what's in your products? So you are not exactly what you eat. See, it's crossed out. You are what you put on your skin and in your hair. So let's look at some of those things. Why not choose some other products that are 100% safe, 100% toxic free, that smell wonderful with essential oils in them? Another area that we didn't talk about, but another Thieves thing, is the Thieves oral care. So they have a wonderful toothpaste. It does not have the sodium lauryl sulfate or whatever it was in there, and it doesn't have fluoride, and it's okay. Whoops, I'm sorry. It's okay if it doesn't have fluoride. I've been using this toothpaste for, I would say, 6 or 7 years. I have not had a cavity in that 6 or 7 years. So I think more likely you want to avoid cavities, watch the sugar and the other things and brush your teeth regularly, So I think some of that stuff has more of an effect than the fluoride. And fluoride, with little kids, which is sometimes we worry about, a lot of times they want to swallow that toothpaste. I have 3 little grandsons, and they don't get a lot on there, but they want to swallow it because it tastes like candy, I guess. Okay, and here's Thieves mouthwash, which they're comparing like a lot of other traditional mouthwash, which I don't think smell good. They can be 26% ethanol, which is actually an alcohol. So And fluoride, this is the reason why we don't want to use fluoride. It's actually endocrine disruptor. So these are both sodium lauryl sulfate free, the toothpaste, the dental floss. So here's just another example of looking at your ingredients. And then the tooth, if you haven't, if you're not familiar with there's an app called Think Dirty, and there's probably other ones like that out there. Think Dirty, you can actually take an item find the barcode and scan it with that app, and it will give you a list of ingredients, and it will rate it from 0 to 1, or 0 to 10, 10 being bad, and then it will break down the list of ingredients and which ones are bad. And if it's something that, like, a lot of the Young Living things are not on there, so if you I think the toothpaste was on there when I looked last, but if you have a product that you're not finding on there, just break down the ingredients and type in the ingredients, and it can read it for you that way. But these are some things that are in a typical shampoo: sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium laureth sulfate, polypropylene glycol. We don't need these things to have our hair be clean. So, and the other thing about using some of the products, these more natural products, is instead of, it actually can help our skin protect itself against other chemicals and cleaners and harsh weather with some of the ingredients, the essential oils in them, or the MSM that is contained in there. And there's a variety of things. I've made my own soaps like that, but it's kind of nice to me. I did do a lot of DIYs earlier on, but I like when I can just buy it. And a lot more things I can just buy. But if I want a certain a bar soap that has a certain smell to it, I can do my own and add it to it. So no chemicals, no synthetic preservatives. And here's another one thing, is looking at your antiperspirant or your deodorants. Aluminum is one of the really bad ones that you don't want in here. That's been known to be connected to Alzheimer's disease. Aluminum pans and aluminum in deodorants, because it's going right into the bloodstream there. So I do like the Young Living deodorants, and I also use one that's called the Amazing Thai Crystal, which is actually a stone that you get damp and you rub it up under your arms, and it has some salts of some sort, and they're natural salts that that actually kind of kill the smell that causes the bacteria that causes the bad odor. So I'll use a combination of that or these, Young Living ones. And people make their own too. The other huge one that a lot of people don't always pay attention to, I think they're starting to, is makeup. What's in the makeup we use? Young Living came out with a line of makeup about, gosh, I guess it was 9 months ago or so, and it's all mineral based for the most part. And it's some of my friends and I have been playing with it, and it's amazing, all the different versatility it has with the colors you can choose, and you can add a little moisture. This spray right here is called the Savvy Mineral Misting Spray, and you add a little bit of that to your brush or to your lid, and you can you can change the depth of the color, you can change how it adheres, you can mix and match your own things. If you really like having liquid makeup, you can add it to a lotion, you can add it to a sunscreen if you want. So and they keep coming out with new things, and they just came out with, gosh, at the beginning of this month, a premium starter kit with the Savvy Minerals, and then I think there's a little lavender essential oil with it too. So that's pretty cool. And there's just a whole variety of kids products here. There's just some listed, but we also have I'm going to switch back again, which I don't have all this stuff because I gave it away to some pregnant people. But we have the whole, oh, it smells so good. the Young Living seedling line, and this is the one that is actually baby wipes, and they have a set line of seedling products. The diaper rash cream and baby oil, and there's a lotion that's been out of stock, but I know they plan to bring it back. But this is great for baby butts. It's great for taking makeup off of your face because it's got really good ingredients in it. And I have not tried this. Have you tried it, Sandy?
No, I haven't. I should. For the dryer, you mean?
For the dryer sheet. I haven't.
No, I haven't.
I never got into dryer sheets myself anyway. I never was a dryer sheet person. So I use the balls, and then I might add some essential oils to it. But I heard that works great too. So, and I've heard, the other thing I've heard from ones with really baby butts to test it on is that one of these is like 5 of the other wipes. These are tough, and they take a lot off, and they're decent size, so you're not using like zillions of them like you might for other brands. Okay, just natural stuff. Okay, so I don't know what yours is, but what's the average number of personal care products that a woman puts on every day? I should have blocked that out, but 15, that's a lot of products. I mean, if you think about, lotions and soaps and shampoo and conditioner and face wash and face toner and lotion, another face wash there, and deodorant and other perfumes, 15, and I guess it adds up pretty quickly. So, okay, that was just a little quiz thing. What chemical is a mouth irritant and known to cause canker sores? Is sodium lauryl sulfate, which we don't have. So if you are interested in some of these products, and you are, like I said, there's multiple ways to join, to participate in this and get a starter kit or wellness kit, and you can choose oils, you can choose makeup, you can choose the Thieves line of products. You can choose the Ningxia Red, which is a really good drink for you too. So to do that, the best way to be involved is becoming a Young Living member, which is purchasing a premium kit, because you're going to get 24% off. And also any kit that you get from Young Living is a super good value. This right here is like $160, but it's like $300 worth of product. The other cool thing that doesn't show in here right now, but I just read that today. They are the premium starter kit with the oils, and you get to choose a diffuser. So depending on what diffuser, it might be a little more, but they're going to be swapping out this right here, the little samples, and you are going to get a sample of the Thieves cleaner, and they're starting to do that right now.
That's cool.
So it's just kind of like gradual. They're not, whatever they have, and it depends what kit they're getting. And then if you are gonna get the Savvy Minerals kit, you would choose the color that is appropriate for your coloring, and that's a really good value too. And I think that's a really great way to start too. So, gosh, I went really quick. I was going quick because so it's 7:34 because I started right away. The other thing I was going to mention is this little sheet. Can you see that? If you are interested, this is a really cool thing that we just have been instigating now. And there's a thing, the top sheet is what products do you use, and a whole list of all different household products, facial products, pet care products, cooking products that you can check off which products you use. And then on the other side, you can see healthier alternatives might be a better mix for you to look at. And all these things are listed in the product guide, which they just came out with a brand new one. So but I mean, there's like hundreds of products in here. So I've tried a lot of them, but I haven't tried all of them yet. I probably never will, because there's some of them, won't be for me, I guess. But so there's that. And then the other thing too, which some of you guys know. One of my last things to tackle was what's the, like that drawer in the bedroom. What's in those products that I put on my body or in my body? Lucy Libido, which is oils for use in the bedroom. And they have a lot of good tips in here, a lot of good recipes. They show why you would use this, what's good for the man, what's good for the women, what's good for both of them, what's some good diffuser recipes to get you in the mood. You know, and February is Valentine's Day month, so that's a really great thing too. So that's all I have, guys.
Hey, Robin, are you able to put my video back up there? I've been unsuccessful. You guys can't see me. You guys can't see me, right?
I see you.
Oh,
I see you.
Yeah,
Oh,
we see you.
I don't see me, so I thought I wasn't in there.
Gallery view or whatever. I see you.
Oh, what
Yeah.
should I do?
So I'm going to stop the video so I can record it, and then
Okay.
I'll get back on and invite you to come in for a second. How's that? See if
Okay.
all right. I'm going to